Hello, we are here with the weekly analysis for the week 16 to 20th Juni on EURUSD. So now let's do a short recap on the analysis I've done the previous week. I will look for the recap not higher on than than the weekly chart. So, as I have seen here, I've said there are a few contradictions because we are in a monthly imbalance. We made a church, but also we made a short pullback and then a church higher, respecting this imbalance, this opening gap. Yes, and this candle here looked like wanting to reject the imbalance, but still closed bullish, didn't close bearish. Like there here was one more imbalance, but on monthly, not on weekly, we respected this imbalance here. So was a lot of contradiction. I didn't know how the next week will print. Like was only like literally 50-50 chances. Like no trade on the weekly time frame. Then going low on daily, we see that in the same monthly imbalance after, so daily went bearish, then the internal went bullish, then right here in a very very deep premium we dog liquidity above those highs, didn't close above, so with this candle, but we made a change of character. We changed bearish, like the fractal changed bearish. The internal was still bullish, okay, but the fractal changed bearish. Like this is the internal, okay. The internal was still bullish, okay, but the fractal was this, like high, so low, high, low, high. We broke the low, okay. This left us um order block, a nice order block, imbalance, a little imbalance here. Yes, didn't close above the high. This happened around 50% level of the monthly imbalance. So few confluences for bearishness. Like the overall trend was bearish. We were in a deep premium. And we just made a church, like the internal, okay, but you got the idea. Going lower on 4 hour, it happened like was like this. The 4 hour, like the daily the daily internal was pretty much very clearly a 4 hour complete structure, but the daily fracture was a 4 hour internal, which was just on bearish after taking a hell of a lot of liquidity here, and the fracture on 4 hour obviously turned bearish also, and left us a order block here, a little bit of an imbalance here. So few confluences on our side. Then don't. So I was bearish. I was targeting those liquidity levels in here. Okay, and ultimately the low. I did expect, looking on the 4 hour chart, to have be bearish. Okay. How did it play? We tapped uh, in the daily order block. This where I would have like gone on 1 hour and see some confluences. Nothing. Okay. Uh, okay, just a little bit, but not that much. We got still plenty of liquidity in here. But we got also we taken some liquidity from here. Okay. Uh, go back on 4 hour. Okay. We took also the liquidity in here. Didn't close above. This is a good sign. Um, you see this we were bearish till now, but we are bullish. But this was the first sign of weakness on 1 hour. We didn't close above this high, but we took liquidity. Okay. So right now you can imagine like it was like this, like that, and then like this. Okay. We let me show you. We got like from here up here, then down here, then up here and down here. Okay. We have to make a little bit of zoom. Nice. Then I'm not delete this, but or we can let this. Okay. Well, now we like went one more time, broke the high, and then what happened? We closed below the low. We just made a change of character, right? I didn't take any trade. I'm like in a recovery break. I have a really bad time. Um, I found out that I built for 5, 6, 7, 8 months, 1 year. No, was 7 months. This was my best. And after the, no, not seven, almost 8 months, like continue grow. And after this, I pretty much blowed up everything. Then started. So I mean, I took 100K challenging. Was I think is the hardest in the industry. I took bootcamp on the Fivers. If you are familiar with it, you have to do 3 times in a row, 6% with a maximum 4% with a maximum of 4% loss. So we have to do like literally 3 times in a row, 1.5 reward according to the risk you can take. Like, and I did it 3 times. Like literally, I passed the challenge. And then I got a phone account. I got I think in literally 2 or 3 days it was luck, 2 good trades, but yes, I fucked up my discipline and I lost the trade. I didn't uh, um, withdraw anything. Like I literally I wanted to hit the 5%. Because when you hit the 5%, you get the um the account growing with 25K. So I would, if I would hit the 5K, so the 5% on the 100K account, I would get a 50% split, so 2.5 thousand, and I still was growing my account. So this was my target, but yes, I broke out my discipline. I didn't. I wanted to rush things. I forgot actually that what made me have um what made me have yeah, consistency in the market wasn't expectancy of things, was the risk management. So I take one step back for a month. I work on my risk management. I want to make it as mechanically as possible. I don't want to remove everything. So like literally every emotion, and uh, because I'm pretty confident that letting my emotions also to tell me um uh, to listen to my emotion and feelings would improve my trades, because a lot of the time you enter a trade that looks like literally great, um, map a lot of criteria, but then you enter in a trade, your heart rate grows, you feel like glow to the charts, and this is it's I saw that often when these things happen, the trade will be a losing trade, but it, I didn't have not no explanation for this. It was just my emotions. But and a lot of the times you enter a trade and you think, okay, doesn't match out of the isn't like not a 10 out of 10 trade, but you feel comfortable about it, and you know you don't feel stressed, you don't feel too like you wanna check the trade that much, and you because this is not like doesn't match every criteria in your trading plan, and this you take a lower risk, you close it sooner, you take partial often, so earlier than like because like according to your trading plan you take partials and things, but I saw that often, but very often happens that those trades where when I'm very comfortable about it and very chill goes like for miles, and it's crazy. So we here made a church. Okay, let's look on the floor. What happened? Yeah, just this was church here on 1 hour, and then happened this left 1 4 hour order block. Let's get back on our left our 4 hour block, also 1 hour order block here, a little bit touched, but not that much. So two opportunities for entering the trade. Right at the church, entry here, stop loss above the high, and target here, 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 whatever. Like you can target uh, the full thing before like you have to take partials. I tell you from my now that I look on my risk management, even when I didn't respect my entry strategies, even when I took very bad trades, even if I when I overtrade, if I would respect it, my this is very important, guys. You have to respect your to build to work on a risk management that allows you to win, even you you take literally bad trades, the worst trades. With a good risk management, you you can make profit. I'm not lying. Okay, so um like even my worst trades, or you may not make profit, but you can make like lose a lot less. Even my worst trades, I have seen that maybe 40 to 50% of my literally bad trades goes to one-on-one risk reward. And if I would have taken partials and like not hoping for the best, like literally be conservative and pay attention to the risk and things, I would have still a win. So Uh, the reason I'm posting this here and I started my channel, one is to keep a better track on my of my analysis of my trades, and second is to help you. Like if I can help somebody, I like if you can learn from my mistakes and not doing it to yourself, you will you'll write this shit out of the market. Okay, now let's look on this. Yeah, that should happen pretty much pretty straightforward. You could at this time you could enter right away when the 4 hour order block when was hitting, and yes, right, obvious the first profit target. So you should have had some partials on the way. After you see some big push like this, you will be stupid if you won't take any partials. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, you would have taken so first target hit, because now this become your first target, not this anymore, because look at this, what kind of yo you know a lot of liquidity resting down here. Okay, then let's look a little more push and then turn away. So if you wouldn't have taken any partial, you would have gotten stopped and moving back to the 4. Let's cut the replay. Yeah, didn't plan as I thought. Like the liquidity still stays here untouched. I do literally still expect the price to come down here to take the liquidity below those lows are still here in a place. But yes, didn't happen. Didn't happen when I expected. Will happen later, eventually. Now that I broke down the previous week, let's continue the analysis. Let's look to the weekly. Okay, I'm now like this. And then on the 1 hour chart, I'm gonna remove pretty much everything. So looking on the weekly. Yes, you see on a mountain. Let's look on a mountain. We have still 50 days to go, right? What I have seen right now is look with the high of the imbalance. Okay, we took liquidity up here. So if I would have carried this on a 1 hour chart, I'm pretty sure that you would have seen some. Yeah, look at this. Look, this was literally a trade. You took liquidity on a monthly time frame. Look, high, low, high, low, high. You broke the low. You made a full charge after taking liquidity on a monthly time frame. Okay. You when shits like this happen, you just go short. You don't think anymore. Look, and also look at this push here. If you measure from the lows to the highs easily, like literally from Tuesday from Tuesday around 3 o'clock to Friday around noon, you would have like one, like literally blindly entering on the closure of this candle here, not waiting for any confluence. The confluence happened, you don't have to think, because you got the liquidity on a monthly imbalance candle. Okay, this is very important. I didn't teach you right now completely how I'm trading and how is my plan, because it's pretty much ACT based, but I have learned from that many traders and spent. So by the way, this is my third year in trading space. Um, did make some money, but pretty much ending losing them all because um not have had discipline. So you have to build discipline first. But look, this is pretty easy. Okay, like you have to know when to enter a trade. You have to know. Okay, you could enter full size, or you could enter half the size. Like if you usually take 1% risk, you could have taken like literally 1%, or and take like only 5% here. And as the price grows, okay, like look, if you would have entered, like let's say I take usually, okay, it's perfect 1% on a trade, but I could have, if I would have entered like let's say we target only this imbalance. This is 1.7 risk reward, so roughly, okay, $800. But I could have entered also 4 hours, said something, pretty much nothing, but yeah, liquidity here. Yeah, if the trade gave me a better opportunity to enter, like this, pretty much same target. It Yes, pretty much same target. It would be 4 to 6, okay, and also on 500 euro risk. So to get like together 1,000, it would have been like um 2,300 plus 800, like 103 risk reward. So roughly on 1% with the partials and things. Like you have to decide how safe you are playing. Easily a 1 to 1.5 or a 1 to 2 on a full size trade. So easily. Okay. So going back to the monthly chart. Um, the monthly imbalance still stays. I'm gonna let here the monthly imbalance until the end of the month, because this could be a liquidity run. You see, after liquidity run, you got straight away a pushback. You didn't close the week above the last monthly high. Yes, I'm not late, because you see that a lot of the times happen things like this. Um, like let's say you got a high, got a low, day liquidity, and then you close below the. I don't expect the week to close that low, but if you consider all the wars and things that's going on, it could happen. So I'm not letting imbalance in the place. And yeah, then on weekly. So right now starts the. It's hard to watch me, but if you have the patience, you will learn something for sure. So look at this. This is also a weakness sign on a weekly time frame. Now we close above we took liquidity above the high, above the the imbalance on a monthly time frame, but you didn't close above. Okay, we talk just liquidity and then close below. So literally, it's also a lot of confusion in the market right now because you got this imbalance here, this little weekly imbalance. You see, um, you got liquidity on a lower time frame. You had the church, like we're gonna see it a bit later, but you didn't like it's look those candles looks very bullish, but you got liquidity, you didn't close below, so a lot of contradictions. So you move lower. You don't wanna trade on this time frame, okay? Here are literally 50-50 chances. Like I'm lying more bullish, okay? Literally more bullish, but I do expect the week to start like a little higher, then tap in an imbalance and then run higher. But who knows what's gonna happen, okay? You 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 have to admit that you cannot know, okay? If you think that you will know, okay, then you will lose. Then you will be very, very vulnerable. If you are not prepared to be vulnerable, to accept that you don't know, to accept your powerless, if you think that you when you are sure, then you are the most vulnerable. And trust me, when you are prepared to be vulnerable, to admit that you're wrong, these those are the times when you are uh, when your performance will peak. Okay, so going and this is a life lesson also, not just in trading. Okay, going further on daily. um I'm gonna let the weekly high in place, but the daily just went bearish or bullish. Okay, close above the high, and then we got a closure below. So this will be very, very probable that we will see next week some pullback on daily, at maybe wipe out the liquidity here, maybe this liquidity, or not in the next week necessarily, but in a next time. So, but remember, this is not sure. This is just a probability. Okay. Um, and yes, not much to say on daily. We pretty much closed the imbalance, didn't close below it, but I'm still lying bearish because now that we broke the high, the daily needs a pullback. We'll make it straight away. We don't know. Okay. On 4 hour, let me um, clean the um, our move. It's like here. This is like my new 4 hour low. Okay. This this is my 4 hour high. Um, yes, and this is pretty much. I know I have been unclear. I have to cut it here because I cannot record for more than 30 minutes. Um, I promise more quality and more engaging and ed- uh, educative videos. But I'm in the beginning, and so I'm gonna improve. Um, yeah, let's let it like this. Let's cut it and like this and move it on daily and see on hourly Okay, I'm gonna try to. I've started a new video. Apparently, 30 minutes isn't enough. Um, okay, this is the hourly chart right now. Um, I'm trying to stay away from this chart because I'm not a full-time trader. I work in construction. Then, yeah, pretty much 10 hours a day. But yeah, I don't have the time. Like I I have to make analysis on a weekly or on a weekend, and then be prepared, like knowing exactly what I'm gonna do on the higher time frame or what I'm gonna see on the higher time frames, like um 4 hour, daily, weekly, and weekly, you know, and monthly. And then when I see something on daily, like previous week, like it was here, and like how here happened, a church in a monthly imbalance on in a very very premium on daily, um in a very very premium on daily, and then you know yeah. um in a premium on daily, and then where is the Monday? Yeah, and then I have seen Monday this church here. This is a trade that there is not debates anymore. Like with all I have seen, then like the internal on forward went bearish, then the fracture went, so after on a pullback on fracture, the fracture went bearish also, aligned with daily and things. This is a trade. Like enter right here, stop loss above the high, uh first target here, second target here, third, fourth, and so on. Um and yeah, only when things like this happen, like this, um when things like this happen, like when so many confluences are in place, you can go on an hourly time frame. Oh no, yeah, you could go on an hourly time frame, but like as I showed you earlier here, like before before everything, we were in a, so here was a daily order block. We got a church here. Those could have been a blind trade, like entry here, stop loss above the high, easily first target touch, then one more pushback after creating the 4 hour order block. Um, easily the, the stop loss would have needed to be here, up here, then easily a new entry, and you could have scaled in the trade. But remember, if you didn't took the partials in here at this liquidity level, here would have probably been too soon. No. From here to here are some, like, more than 101 risk reward, I guess. More than 101. Um, yeah, not more than 101, but 101. Like 101, then here one or two, so two partials you could have taken. And then you know you have secure some profits on this trade, then the trade went in place, then you got more confluences on the 4 hour, the price pullback, you could have re-enter here, at a better price, or here at a worse price, but you have scaled into the trade. And yes, you got a push, take some liquidity, some partials again. Let me look how the 4 hours would have looked. Uh, yeah, a new order block in place, but this was not as valid as the previous one because you didn't close below the low here. This look like you are taking liquidity and then turning bullish, But let's say you would have entered again on this trade, would have taken a loss on the, I don't know, third trade, but you would have taken a lot more profit. Like this would have been a winning trade, even if the market didn't play as you planned. Okay, this is the power of the thing is you in order to make profits. Oh, then look, you took liquidity here. Let's say you were still bearish. Okay, because yeah, after taking this liquidity, what happened here on a 1 hour? Went a church. Okay, literally a church. Then you entered here, could have put a stop loss here. You would have maybe probably, but that's pretty discretionary because would have this been, it's a 21 pips stop loss. It's right for you. How much can you target? Okay, well, first target would have been this, but look, you closed above the high, so this is not a viable trade. Okay, it's it's I know it's confusing. If you are not used, if you are used to trading, you probably have a hard time keeping up with me because I got to work on my to the way I communicate and improve it. But yes, this is my level right now. So, but pretty much you'll see here everything from being a loser on 70,000 pretty much euro in debt, so dollars, euros in debt. So you'll see my rise like literally here on the channel. Um, yes, the plan. So let's make a short resume. The plan for the next week. On monthly, I don't have to look on monthly. I have literally no idea what's gonna happen. I don't know. So we may go to fill this imbalance or this. I'm lying on monthly towards those, but who knows, right? On weekly, same thing. We could go like for the high or go like little lower and go higher. Now that I look on daily, so monthly and weekly pretty much 50-50. Okay, but now that I look on daily, I do expect the next couple of days. So I'm not playing for longs right now. Okay, not before having some pullback. If it goes long, it's all right, but I do expect to have some pullback, and I'm waiting for them pullback before entering a trade. Or if I see some short, I will plan the pullback on daily because makes sense also on a weekly time frame, right? Because we took liquidity from the monthly. I'm not carries to daily also. I don't want my charts to be too messy, but yeah, sometimes it's it's needed. Um, those are the liquidity levels I'm paying attention to. This is not that important, but I'm not happy because it makes sense on a 4 hour. Um, this is probably the most important because it's also a 4 hour swing low. Um, I'm gonna explain you in a later video how I map the swings um, and how I map the market structure. But yes, for our bullish, but after so but after taking the I don't wanna remember about this high. I don't wanna forget about this big liquidity that we have taken because it's very important. It's like, look here, this imbalance, okay, stood in place since November 21, right, and have been respected two times in January 22, then February 22, and also build up more liquidity around it, okay, and then one more time respected in April 25, and now maybe still be respected in uh June um June 25. But if it won't, at least in short term, will help you because it will help to know because I think that I am not the only one who was paying attention to this level. Um, okay, a lot of traders that pays attention, and I think I know why. Maybe a lot of institutional traders because okay, it's not much, but 3 years in a market are still 3 years in a market. Making money or not making money, 3 years are still 3 years. Okay. Um, Now over 3 years. Um, yeah, taking liquidity. There's liquidity rested here. Side 2021, of course, will play some role, like uh something. Okay. Now on daily, you didn't see that much. I have seen the complete imbalance being closed. So and we didn't broke the high, but neither the low. So we are pretty much in an accumulation phase right now on daily. But look, last time when you didn't break the high or the low, right? So when you went in a bullish, and you got some bearishness. Here again, on this candle, you took a hell of liquidity from those highs, and yeah, not those, but went bullish for a whole time, and for the first time in some, I don't know, look, uh, 1, 2, 3, 4 candle, 4 days, like, and a big push up. You didn't take the high. What happened next? With the next day, go lower. Okay, so there are a lot more. So here, okay, here you didn't. You got like a stop, but here again you didn't broke the high, but not the low. You got lower, got accumulation. Then back higher. Here again, you won low, you didn't broke the low, you broke the high. What happened next candle? Got higher. Here, you didn't broke the high anymore, but you broke the low. What happened with the next few candles? Low. Okay. Here, you didn't broke. So, all right, you broke the low, then broke the high again. What happened next candle? Take high, take high, take highs. All right, like going higher. Then this candle take the low. Okay, let's say you trade as simple as this. You would have taken a loss. Okay, then look at this. Didn't broke the high again. What happened next candle? Low. Okay, goes lower. Here, that because the candle goes lower, you didn't broke the low, neither the high. What happened in the next few candles? Broke the high, broke the high, broke the high. When you don't broke the high anymore, what happens? Broke the low. When you don't broke the low anymore, what happens? Broke the high. When you have broken the high, so here was the distribution. In these phases, you don't have, so the way I trade, I don't have to touch the chart, but I'm not charge you too much with information straight away, because this is only the second video on my channel. I'm gonna update and keep going, and you will see the way I grow, and you will be able to grow with me if you want. Okay. Um, yes. Then now on that I look on. So as I said, you see, I have troubles to concentrate. I can't stay focused that much. But yes, monthly unclear, weekly unclear. So on monthly I'm lying bullish, on weekly 50-50. When I look on daily, I am waiting for a pullback. Will happen, I don't know, but I won't enter any trade without confirmations. Okay, and will be on the lower time frame. Then on 4 hour, look, how does the 4 hour look? Okay, you got higher, take the liquidity on the shitty you know yeah, took the liquidity on the uh, high of the monthly candle imbalance. And then what happens, like, you see, you got a high, you got a low, you didn't broke the high, you got low. Okay, not too much, not too much till this point, right? But you got a low here, got a high and a low. You took the high and then you took the low. So we changed bearish. So at this point so I am being bearish at this point, okay? And we talk, but you know, a lot of contradiction in here. So it's not time to take a trade, but you can pay attention. Now is the time to pay attention to the charts. Here, yes, we took the low, we respecting the imbalance, we kind of turn back bullish, but do you want to be bullish right now? I don't. At this level, when I did this, I don't. I do expect that the 4 hour will change. Okay, in order to complete some some daily pullback, because we have taken a lot of a hell of liquidity here. And yes, this is pretty much going on 1 hour. This will be like, look here, you got a high, you got a low, we broke the high, then we broke the low. So we talked about this, but the hourly is still bearish. As long as we made this high, but pretty much I pay attention to those levels. We got hourly order block in here. I do expect the order block to be touched, and then see something that allows me to go bearish. Okay, this was for the day. This was the analysis. Now let's look a little bit to the news. Um, Monday we don't have anything. So Tuesday we have on USD. So I didn't have time to 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 analyze the news. I will. Maybe I will learn here together with you. But everyone knows that when the news comes, then the move happens. Okay, so you have to have idea, and if the idea you have correlate with some news, okay, not some big news that like CPI or I don't know, but look, if it correlates with the weekly news, unemployment claims, okay, federal funds rate. This is a big news. You don't want to be in the market like this, or at least you want to have like you want to trade on like literally on daily time frame or something, because um when big news happen, like the kind of news that's come only a few times a year, and that they tend to move the market. Literally, imagine you're gonna sleep. You will have a lot of slippages. You can have like if you have a $10 10 pips stop loss, you can be filled like at 30 pips or 40 pips, and this is this is the way I look at news. I didn't yet study them. I will, and yeah, pretty much look at them. Look when are they happening. You do you see something on the chart that correlates with the news? Then probably will be a good trade. Uh, do you see something on the chart that doesn't correlate with the news? Uh, then probably will be also a good trade, but the price won't move that much. Like, you see, like when if price reaches this level, this would be a trade for me. Not depends what the price will show. This is not a financial advice or something, but for me, I personally may take not sure, a trade like this. Look, it's 3 to 6. If there are news, this move can happen in like 2 hours. Okay, if there are no news, this move, so a move like this could happen, could and will eventually take like um 12 hours. Um, yeah, you see what's my point, right? Look here, a pretty much same move um has taken like um 20, 23 hours, and so on. So the news, the way I view news, it helps me to time a little bit the market and to enter the trade when so when the price will move like faster. Okay, not too fast, but a little bit faster. Not the big, literally the most important news, but the small news still important to have a impact. Not that important to stop me out like on a 3 times to have a slippage 3 times bigger than my initial stop loss or something like this. And yeah, pretty much that was. I hope you can have learned something from this. And yes, this was my weekly analysis for the week 15 to 16 to 20th uh, Juni 2025. Um, have a great day and see you to the next video.